I have my fan on. I hope it's not interrupting the sound. If so, let me know. Okay, let me say hello to the room in the chat. Merkaba 318, JS Divine Alchemy, hello. Barbara Clark, hello. Kim Johnson, hello. Chantelly Callie, hello. Drunk Again Meek, hello. Ask Tammy Live, Machiavelli, Shakur, Black Baby, Kathy P, Priscilla Pooh, Ask Tammy, Honey, Jay Wilson's High Polluted Ego, Jerome MacArthur, The Wrench, Hey LaRue, Halito, Choctaw Indian, Tracy Living My Truth, Magnolia Again, I Am Linus, Miss Love Life, Naturally Nadura, China White, Truth Never Fails, Miss Lady Scoop, T Love, English Goddess, Cookies, Singular, um, Singletary, Miss Melosa Botu, and Melissa Ocho, and The Real Connection Show. Okay, I didn't plan to be on long today. I just came through. It's been a beautiful Sunday. I really had a real peaceful Sunday. My sister and my niece came down. My grandma's good. Around this time is good for me because it's her bedtime. She was telling everybody she was going to bed because she thinks she has to get up and go to work in the morning. So, yay. All right. So I'm going to address a few things. The first thing that I want to address is the audio or video file from this morning, as I was told, because I didn't really go look at it, but I watched um, Boss Lady New Jersey's live. That was pre-recorded. Um, that was before we actually had Seven's brother's interview. So, that I like, no, I haven't been over there talking to anyone. I've been at peace today, and, I'm happy. Okay. And also, this one goes to Wiley because I watched his live earlier today and he was switching all kinds of narratives, saying all kinds of crazy things as usual. All right. But, um, Wiley, as she stated, and I'm going to address this specifically to him. As she stated in one of her interviews, I was trying to get her to interview Kenneth Gridiron Sr. And Kenneth Gridiron Sr. is the little boy whose murder is still unsolved. And the reason I was doing that was the reason I wanted to do that was to try to, shine light and bring more focus and attention to the case again, to possibly get it reopened, because the news clipping that I found, um, Kenneth stated that he was trying to get the case reopened. And a lot of times, like the media, that's a way that the media can help. Like, for instance, with the Kanika Jenkins case, in which all the negativity prevented that. But, shining the light on the case, a lot of times it will put pressure on the law enforcement to, reopen the case, to solve it, to, calm down a lot of the noise and the fusion from it. So, yeah, I was doing a lot of research into, that case, to, find out more information, because I really wanted to, do a justice for Kenneth Gridiron Jr. as well. There are a lot of people, like, let me make it clear, because I saw where Sean Bradley was saying, you know, um, something about me. He doesn't feel sympathetic or something. Well, I just want to make it clear. When I spoke out yesterday, like I said on Five Babes Live, and I really would like to thank that sister for both her advice, the message that she gave me in the live before, and, for her allowing me to come on and take back my power. The whole reason I wanted to do that was to take back my power, not look for any sympathy, not look for any attention, or anything of that nature. It was simply just to take back my power. If anybody's ever been through any kind of abusive situation or anything of that nature, you know that that's one of the most important key elements is to, take your power back and not allow anybody to have access to your power again, especially, someone who victimized or abused you. And I'm a survivor, not a victim. I'm free now. And my thumbnail, that was the purpose of my thumbnail. I feel good being free because I don't want to be in a violent and I don't want to be in an abusive relationship. That's just not me. I don't want to, because a lot of people think that I don't have clap back or fight back. I do. I just choose not to do it that way because I'm against black on black violence. It's like, how can I speak out against black on black violence if I'm contributing to the problem? So I don't believe in domestic violence. I don't believe in, any of that type of stuff. I don't believe in any types of abuse. I don't think there's never, let me make it clear. There's never an excuse. There's never an excuse or reason to be abusive. Never. Like, I don't care how hard people try. I don't care how hard people try to make up excuses for their bad abusive behavior. There's never an excuse or reason, for abuse, period. So, I'm not here to look for sympathy or anything of that nature. I feel really good, being free, being my own content provider, again, being my own person, being able to bring stuff that I'm more passionate about to my platform. So, this freedom feels real good. And, and I'm basically sitting back trying to discover or figure out some of the content that I'm going to bring forward, which brings me to this next topic. I like to shout out J Don. I saw a video she did earlier, and she told her own personal testimony about a situation that she had gone through. So she gave me an idea. I would like any studs out there that are interested in doing a stud panel. And the reason for the panel is because I hear a lot of stereotypes. I hear a lot of people trying to put studs in a box and think that we're all, supposed to be alike or be like robots when we're not. So I would like to bring on a variety of different studs so that, we can talk about a lot of the stereotypes, a lot of the things that we've experienced, to share to the world, to give people a whole different, broader perspective of what it's like to be a stud. Because it's not easy. Because keep in mind, studs, unlike films, we're visible. So when people see us, they automatically know that, we're lesbians. Unlike a lot of films, you can't tell that they're lesbians. So a lot of times we get the discrimination, we get the harassment, we get the attacks. And, one stereotype that I want to clear up is there may be some studs who want to be a man or think that they're a man. But for the most part, the majority of studs know that they're a woman and they don't want to be a man. They just like being able to dress the way that they want to dress and be the way that they want to be. Play with the toys that they want to play with, love who they want to love and how they want to love them. So this is a call out for any studs out there. I would like to do a stud panel. If any of you are interested, please leave a comment, and I'm going to drop my email in the chat in just a few minutes. I'm going to try to decide which one I'm going to use. Oh, okay. I didn't know Fabe was live. I'm sorry, y'all. It's fine to catch the replay. And make sure y'all smash the like. And like I said, I'm going to be assigning some moderators here soon. I'm sort of seeing some people who I feel that I could trust to be moderators. Okay, give me just a second and I'll put my email. Let me just clear up one more thing and then I'm going to take a few questions. So any studs out there interested in doing a stud panel, please, by all means, hit me up. I'm going to drop my email in there in a few minutes. I'm also going to reach out to Jay Dunn. So you may want to reach out to her as well. Oh, and last but not least, I heard that people were talking about like me twitching on live one day, and I have ADHD, so sometimes my thoughts run fast and I speak real fast. Okay, but this is what I want to say. A lot of times, if people are consistently picking with you, if people are consistently criticizing you, that's stressful. And if you're doing your best to try to be your best, that's also, it's sort of like being a perfectionist. So that also adds stress. And that has a lot to do with your nerves. So maybe like the reason why I was twitching on that live stream was because a lot of people were criticizing and getting on my nerves. Now that's the last narrative that was ran. The narrative that was ran was something was wrong with me. But maybe it wasn't that something was wrong with me. Maybe it was something wrong with the people that I was around that it was getting on my nerves and making me twitch or whatever, was said. But I also remember that day, I didn't have the fan on and it was hot. I had the light on because they said that the screen was dark. So there was a lot of heat. So I just wanted to just, address that. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. A lot of the stuff coming from over there doesn't matter. If I feel like addressing it, I will. If I don't, I won't. So there we go. Are there any questions, before I close out? And once again, let me go ahead and figure out which email I'm going to use. I know which one. Give me a minute. Now you're going to have to copy this because it's weird. I'm going to try to put it in my description. Rochelle Bailey said, let's be honest, QI, you were down with calling Sean Bradley that horrible name. Now, let me tell you this. I have my own opinion of Sean Bradley. And I had my own experience before I even encountered TSCC with Sean Bradley. So my opinion of Sean Bradley comes from my own opinion and the things that I see. Now, whether or not, he's a molester, I cannot say. I can't verify that. However, a lot of people call a lot of people names. I never did the John Gacy challenge. You're not going to see a video of me doing the John Gacy challenge. And at the end of the day, it's just a name. So it's like if it really, he doesn't do himself any justice by acknowledging it or by acknowledging it, because John Gacy is not his name. And if he's not a John Gacy, then if I were him, I wouldn't acknowledge that. So there you go. But I have had my own experiences with him before TSCC. And, I have my own opinion of him. And, that's that. And that's about as far as I'm going to go with that. It was something about 7. Let me clear this up too, because that's another thing Wiley was saying. I needed to apologize to 7. Now on my other channel, I did a video addressed to 7, and this was after everything. And I believe that she heard it, or I believe that people around her told her about it. Okay, so that's that. So we're at a different space of time. But do not forget that I didn't do anything to 7 when she doxed me. So she doxed me first. So, that's just it. Yeah, Truth Never Fails said that would be an interesting panel. Perspectives will be interesting. Yes, I see that it's needed because there's a lot of stud bashing going around. From Wiley, for instance, I'm a man. I don't want to be a man. I'm not going to compete with you because you're, like I'm not trying to compete with you or anything like that because you're a man. And he seems to have that perspective. He has more problems with me being a stud than I have with him being a man. Um, and I would just like to address a lot of those. And I've heard like stereotypes from other people as well. And I would just like, for it to come from a variety of different studs where people can see a variety of different stories and how like all of us may not feel the same about different things, but a lot of times we experience a lot of the same discrimination. And, relationships for studs are not easy at all because there are a lot of expectations placed on studs. And at the end of the day, any relationship should be based on the two people and not, and there shouldn't be like a, um, a book or a step-by-step procedure into how it goes. Relationships about relating and not like a book or procedures or strategies and strategies. So I'd like to bring a lot of that out, and then maybe after that, if I could find a group of femme lesbians to come on the panel and tell their side. But I would like to address a lot of things when it deals with the L or the lesbian community, because on here we get a lot, from the gay, the trans, but we don't really get a lot when it comes down to the lesbians. And so I would like to have more panels, more interactions, a safe place, for studs and lesbians to be able to speak and tell our sides of the story. Well, it's not about like or dislike, honey. And that's your name for real. It's not about like like any stud that's willing to come on and any stud that's willing to, just take this panel serious and just talk about it is fine with me. It's gonna be a one-time, panel. So it's not about it could be any stud. It's not, likes or dislikes. It's just like I would like a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different types of studs to come on and speak. So like whoever is willing or whoever hits me up, that's sort of where we're gonna go. I would love to have DC Cop on, especially with her being, an older stud. The so if she's willing to do it, I'll be glad to have her. I hear what y'all saying. Well, if you know any studs that may be interested, by all means, hit me up as well. Oh yeah, my mom did not want to put me on. I was supposed to be in gifted classes, English guidance. My mom didn't want to put me on the Ritalin, so I never got to go to the gifted classes. Yeah, that type of stress is unnecessary, big. And I feel so. Just this is just what really it's about day 2 or 3, maybe 2, and I feel so much better already. Okay, any other questions before like I close this out? Because I just came on for a few seconds just to address a few things and really um, to try to reach out to some people, some studs, for that panel. Uh, I'm No. Okay, Hazel Taylor said QI. So was it true that you put in a door up to your door for your grandmother? No, absolutely not. I simply closed the door to remind her that, I'm live. That's all. I have to close the door. Normally I don't close the door, but when I'm live, I close the door so that when she gets to the door, it will remind her that I'm live. A lot of times before I go live, I'll go tell her I'm going live. I'll make sure she's okay. And, I'll tell her I'm going to close the door to make sure, she remembers that I'm live. And also by having the door closed, if she needs something, like she'll come and either she'll knock or she'll push the door. And a lot of times, if you've ever seen me on live and I've turned off the camera or muted, that's what it is. A lot of times I go and check on my grandmother. So no, that's not true. My grandma is very well taken care of. I love my grandma. It's not easy. Oh no. And that's another thing that I would like to do. I would like to, if there's anybody out there, let me put my email in again, that has taken care of a loved one with dementia. I would love to have a conversation with you and possibly bring you on the panel. And even if not on the panel, just that conversation to get some advice and some best practices. So if you know anybody who's taking care of a loved one or is taking care of a loved one successfully with dementia, by all means, have them to hit me up. I would love some advice as well as, a conversation on some best practices and things like that. Thank you, Pink Ice. Oh no. I don't have a reason to apologize. I don't she owes me an apology. But I mean, I'm not interested right in that either. I just I need my freedom. I like not having to go through all that because that was a lot. I never been through that before. It happened so fastly. It happened so fast. And to be honest with you, I didn't really know what to do or how to handle it. Because I had never gone through that before. I've never been in an abusive relationship. So, that was the first time for that. So that was a lot to experience at one time. Cookie Singletary said, exactly. I couldn't stand watching you try to defend, explain yourself and your feelings repeatedly while on the panel. You're not a child. Thank you. Oh no, a 23-year-old stud in Detroit that took their lives. No, I didn't. But you have my email. Send if you have information on that, you can send that to me. No, I didn't make lesbians look bad. Somebody else made lesbians look bad. Let's keep it real. I didn't make lesbians look bad. I didn't ask to be treated that way. Let me just say this. Whoever made that comment, because I couldn't read it, you're absolutely wrong. You sound just like some other people. It's never anybody's fault that they were abused either. Like a lot of people can say a lot of things, but it's never anybody's fault that they were abused. And sometimes it may even take people some time to get out of the situation. Luckily, I didn't have to experience it for that long. Yeah. Okay. I'll try to do some of that. Some questions and answers on relationships in general. All right. Thank you, Melissa. You've been giving me a lot of good ideas. Thank you, Tracy. You're funny, drunk. Uh, well, I reached out to a few people, but I reached. After my channel was taken, I went through a lot. First, I was angry. I was trying to, see if I could, recover my channel. I got angry again, and I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to be silent. And so I reached out to Fi Babe several times via Instagram, and I wasn't sure that I was reaching her, so I reached out to two other people as well. So yeah, but primarily I felt more comfortable with Fi Babe because of the video that she had done the day before. And when she did the video, she broke down a lot of different things about abuse. It was like the title of the video was QI Critical Thinking, You're Being Abused. And in that video, she was not ugly. And she also shared some of her personal stories. So it was touching. And, like for the most part, she was being truthful. So that made me feel comfortable doing the interview with her because I felt like she understood. Thank you, Love Jones. Okay, well, my grandmother likes vanilla ice cream. She likes vanilla bean ice cream. She loves vanilla bean. Life would not be good without if she doesn't have her vanilla bean ice cream. So I have to make sure I keep that for her. Okay, well, thank everybody for supporting me. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that, Hill. I'm gonna address the lesbian bashing, definitely. That's why I want the studs on the panel. I want a panel of studs because I want to, be able to, show people different perspectives and from different people what they think about certain situations and, give a little bit of, their side of the story. So thank everybody who supported me. Thank everybody. I hope y'all smash the like, share, subscribe. I'm going to find some moderators, I promise you. And also, as I did a video earlier, I have some merchandise coming soon. But I want a wide variety of people. I'm going to try to do merchandise in general, like it's going to be sort of like regular t-shirts, but it might have my brand somewhere on the shirt to show that it's mine. But I'm definitely doing the designs right now. So bear with me a moment. It's coming soon. And thank you all, for all your support. And I will see you next time. And make sure you smash that like button, please.